right. Okay. Mary Johnson from both California and Texas. No problem.
Hi, I'm Mary Johnson. I know a lot of you from Facebook. It's so great to meet all of you and be here in Washington, D.C. I loved what Mike Jeffries had to say, so true about parental alienation, although I consider myself a survivor now. I was debating on doing this and speaking about getting locally involved in our local communities, because that is so vitally important. And I speak to a lot of people on a one-on-one basis. I'm not used to speaking to a group, but that's okay. When I lost physical custody of my daughter Megan, came at a very convenient time. She was 12 years old. Enough time for, them to for her to be able to basically pick and choose who she wanted to live with, okay? While I was in California, and I'll talk about homelessness too, I lived in the back of a car for a few months behind a church, took cold showers, but when I finally started getting my feet back up on the ground, and I went out and I got a job, worked for Kohl's department store, had never even walked in there, became a manager. And while I was there, Bobby, thank you. My daughter had mailed me a picture because I didn't have a mailing address, except the store that I worked at. And this was a picture that my daughter Megan had mailed to me. On the back of it, she wrote, "Mom, I love you so much. Here is my picture for you to always love and cherish. Bunny hugs and kisses. Love, Megan Elizabeth." It was almost like I was never going to see her again. However, I had the determination, and I never accepted no for an answer. And throughout that determination, I somehow, some way, made my way from California to Texas. And I was reunited with Megan on May 9th of 2009. And I'm very proud to say that. Nobody has a manual for reunification. It was a very difficult and bumpy road. But I'll tell you, never give up hope. It is so vitally important that we try and get to our kids and be as close as we can. Megan and I, we now have a very strong relationship. I've had to work really hard, and I've cried a million tears, trust me. I mean, there's not enough Kleenex. I should own stock in the company, for as much as I've cried. But now we have a really good, strong relationship because I took it upon myself I'm the mom. I'm the mom. It's my responsibility, okay? The sad part of this whole story, though, and it's not depressing sad, but she has the only picture I can find of my oldest daughter, who's 21, and she's in California. We were a family where Alyssa stayed in California, I went to Texas, Megan's in Texas. We're still a family divided. And this is a picture of Alyssa and I when she was a baby, the only one that I could find. She'll probably kill me for this, but that's all right. And whenever Megan comes with me, which is actually quite frequently, I make sure the first person we call is Alyssa. My daughter Alyssa has not been forgotten. I can't be in California right now because my duty as a mother is not finished. I'm still raising my daughter. And I have beaten down barriers. It took me 7 months to get on her school records. And what I did to get on my daughter's school records for educational purposes for everybody is, again, I didn't accept no for an answer. I called every board of trustee with Arlington Independent School District and I said, if I am not on my daughter's school records within 48 hours, I am going to knock on every person's door in the city of Arlington, Texas, and I'm going to inform them about FERPA, because FERPA federally funds our public schools. Well, guess what? 24 hours later, I had the red carpet rolled out for me. Come on in. I finally got to see my daughter's, school records and everything. I wasn't listed down anywhere. And I thought to myself, I said, but geez, they have her transcripts from California. Did the school not think to call me? No. But that's okay. My name is on those records. I can walk into her school anytime and say, hey, here I am. Give me a report card now. Her doctor. Her dad would never, let me know who her doctor was. A couple weeks ago, I kept seeing him at this one pharmacy. Called the pharmacy. I gave him my daughter's name, her birthday. I got the doctor's name. I made an appointment for my daughter. Okay? Pretty gutsy. All right? All barriers. And let me tell you, brick walls everywhere. Everything was no more than 5 miles away from where I'm living in Texas. right in my own backyard. I met with the doctor. She didn't even know what to say about my story. She put her head down, and she was like, I hope you don't sue us. I go, no, I'm not going to sue you. It's not your fault that this parent came out and did this. But she told me, she goes, you're not her biological mother. I said, really? I said, well, here's my court papers. So now it's in their legal department, and they'll verify it, and it'll all be good. So what I hope to bring to people is get out there, when we leave this festival this weekend, get out into your local communities. Meet with your congressman. I did. I can basically call his office and say, hey, Joe, can we meet? What's your schedule like? I talk to grandparents. I talk to, and I'm very supportive of that, because someday I'm going to be a grandmother. I don't want to be alienated from my grandchildren. No, this was bad enough. I never want to feel this pain. When I made the decision to leave California, I curled myself up into a ball, and I was crying. And it was the toughest decision for me to make. I had to walk away from everything that I owned, everything, quit my job. But it was the best decision that I ever made. And I have no regrets doing it. So when you all go home, please get locally involved in your communities. And please don't ever give up on your children. It is so important. Because I am so grateful to be with my daughter. I have that opportunity, not as much as I would like to, but I'm there. And she told me last week, when she was with me, which knows that I, as her mother and as a parent, when I know that I'm doing my job right, is when my daughter said to me, she goes, I'm really close to you now, Mom. I am so glad you're here. That's a really great feeling. So remember, after this weekend, go home, start getting active, never give up, keep hopeful. If I could do it, I know all of you can do it. Thank you.
All right, can I have a show of hands of others that would like to come up and talk? I know we have a few others. You want to come up right now?